The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk Beauty. I'm Sharon, and our co-host is Chapreese today from Pampered Chef. I'm so excited to have her here. She's a blast. So what's going on? We're going to talk about food today, and we're going to introduce our guests in a couple minutes. But so we're going to talk about food, right? Food that we love.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what I don't love.
I know. We won't go there. If people have been tuning in, they know about my fitness competition, so I live off the same stuff every day.
And you look fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you look great.
Getting there.
Not that you didn't look good before.
Well, yeah,
I just need to make certain to let that be known.
Yes, thank you. So what's new with you? What's new with Pampered Chef? What's going on?
Oh man, well, we just started our new fall season, so I am extremely excited about that. I'm booking parties throughout September. September's almost at the end, but I've gotten all of that in. October, I think I already have 10 parties in my calendar.
And I'm booking for November.
I cannot wait,
Yeah.
And I've even gotten a couple of bookings for December already.
Oh, good.
Fall season is fantastic. People are looking for great holiday gift ideas as well as new recipes because it's fall. You know, it's that cold weather, and you just want chilies and stews.
Well,
and
you know what's exciting is November I'll be done my competition. I can eat whatever we're going to make. That's going to be like heaven.
You know what, though? We probably need to just keep it a little light still. We can do a salad and sangria party.
Salad and sangria.
Have a really good salad.
I haven't had wine in mine, so we'll see how that goes down.
And we've got a really good sangria recipe that works out well. Or we can do our one-pot pasta with kale and bow ties and a little bit of spinach and some chicken Italian sausage.
Awesome.
It's a really great recipe, and it's been a really good hit this past
amazing.
season so far.
Pampered Chef, everything is amazing about Pampered Chef. The tools, all of their stuff, their recipes. I've been a fan for, we're talking probably 20 years.
That's what we like to hear.
It's hard to believe. 20
That's what
years.
we like to hear. I've been doing Pampered Chef for 10 and a half years now. And if anyone had ever told me back then, you will do it, you will love it, and you'll do it full time, I would have said, no, that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
And look at me now.
I know. Time flies, right?
It really does.
So let's introduce our guest today. We have Victoria Currie-Girand, and she is a vegan chef.
Ooh.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, like where you started and what you're doing now.
Sure. I went to the Cordon Bleu. I graduated about 7 years ago. And in 2013, I discovered how to be a vegan, I guess.
Okay.
I had a friend or a family member, and they told me about it, and I watched this documentary, and it was a 30-day vegan challenge.
Wow.
And I thought, all right, I'll try it. And I fell in love with it. And it became, health reasons, it was ethical reasons, and I've tried to now base my career off of how to cook vegan food.
Okay.
So I've worked in a couple different places. I've worked at in New England. I've worked at a farm where I dealt with a lot of fresh organic produce, co-ops. They'd bring in, I'd have bushels and bushels of food.
That must have been, you must have enjoyed that.
Oh, it was so much fun. Lettuce all the time. We were in strawberry season, and I do all my specials off of strawberries, and it was so much fun. And then I moved on to a retreat where I dealt with a lot of dietary restrictions, but it was mainly vegan. And so my point of doing it was I wanted to cook food that people didn't know was vegan. I wanted to be like, oh, this is delicious. And I'd be like, hey, it's vegan.
Yeah.
And I would go out and I would explain to everyone, how I made it and what was the ingredients. And I guess that's been kind of my philosophy is, how to take something and cook it 50 different ways.
Right.
But it's still great, still delicious. And you don't know it's vegan. You don't have to be, eat oats all day or eat farro all day. There's different ways to incorporate it into your diet, into different recipes, and I guess I like to show people how to do that.
So is vegan completely no meat, no fish?
It's no meat, no fish, no dairy, no egg. Nothing from an animal.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Absolutely nothing from an animal.
So you
fun.
don't really eat like desserts. Like how do you?
Yeah.
I mean, they have vegan ice creams out there. They have all sorts of different vegan options. It's becoming more and more popular, as we progress with this. But Ben and Jerry's just came out with a line of vegan ice cream.
Really?
And it's,
Whoa. Don't tell me that.
I know. Me neither.
I love ice cream. It's by far one of my favorite treats to have. So I'm a little curious as to how do they make vegan ice cream?
They use different types of milk. So they'll use coconut milk or they'll use almond milk. And it's kind of like, it's almost like a science experiment. They play with it till they get the consistency of something that we're all used to. So that really creamy and buttery consistency, but they'll use something different.
Oh, wow.
It is pretty incredible, now that we do have like the almond milks and all these different things, so much gluten-free. Back when we were growing up, we didn't have any
You
of
better
this
drink
stuff.
that, and that's it. There was no 2% and 1%.
Right.
It was whole milk, and that's all you had, and that was it. And I actually love almond milk. I would have never thought that that would be something that I would enjoy. And I
I do
think it's
too. And
delicious.
actually, I have used almond milk in my omelets because I didn't have any milk in my house, but I had almond milk. You need milk to make, the scrambled eggs or the omelet or whatever. And I used almond milk for something else because I didn't have it, and it taste yummy.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I'm all about, doing healthier things. And I think that would be interesting. I mean, maybe we'll have to have so where are you a chef at right now?
I work for a catering company out of Burlington.
Okay. All right. So do you do personal things like events, or have you got involved in cooking for people or doing anything like that?
I've taught
Think-
classes.
Okay.
I have taught classes on just how to make certain recipes. I mean, personally, I've gone to people's houses and, I've cooked for groups of 20. With the catering company, we do mainly weddings.
Okay.
But, I mean, pretty much personally, it's whatever you want.
Because that would be a great
make it work.
idea. A lot of people now, which I'm going to be starting with my girlfriends, I said, hey, why don't we once a month, like you do?
I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
As soon as I heard you.
Right. And I want to incorporate that with you one time. But once a month, you get together with your girlfriends and everybody brings a dish. And, we just kind of get together. It's like a girls' night, a gathering and whatever, social event. But that would be fun to do like one night. So pay somebody to come.
Have the chef come right on in.
a vegan thing. And it gets you out there, gets you to meet other people, because I also have a girlfriend that she runs a catering business, but it's a wait staff.
Okay.
She just has like the bartenders and the waiters, and they do home events and different events. So it would be a good networking. Sometimes like networking together.
It's the best. So I'm all about food. What's your favorite recipe, vegan recipe that comes to mind and you're like, everyone has got to try this and they'll be amazed at how great it is?
I have two. I have two favorites that I make.
Okay.
One is an eggplant meatball. And so I've served this in food shows, and people are so surprised that it's vegan. And you cook down the eggplant to almost a meaty consistency.
Yeah.
And you serve it over pasta. You can serve it with whatever. Make your own marinara or whatever you want on it. And then I make a pad thai. So it's my version of pad thai, and I've served it when I was at that retreat all the time, and it was always a hit. And it's fabulous. You cook it with coconut milk, and you make your curries, and you add it all together.
I'm
And
getting hungry.
I know. I already want to plan an event. Yeah, because today, look how far we've come in today's day and age with cooking. Men and women. We were talking about that on our previous show.
Yes.
About Pampered Chef. Men and women are so involved in cooking. All the cooking shows. It's huge. The cooking and the baking.
And
I love
kids.
watching it.
Kids are starting to be that really
kids,
big piece as well.
Yeah.
And if we can get our kids to eat healthier and to cook more, they're going to grow up with healthier eating attitudes and habits, which will help everyone else out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my next question would be, what about a favorite dessert item?
that I make these ginger cardamom cookies, and they are phenomenal and use coconut oil.
Oh.
and those are amazing. They, you make them like a ginger snap. So they're
Okay.
flat and they're crispy, but you got that cardamom flavor, which makes it just pop.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
So you said there were two. So what was the other recipe that you like to make?
well, it was the eggplant meatballs and the pad thai,
Oh.
but I mean, it's everything. It's, I just enjoy making food. I enjoy all types of different cuisine. I cook a lot of Indian food at home. I try and go as authentic as I can, based on my dietary restrictions and based off the recipes that I can find. And
Right.
and Thai food. Love Thai food.
Ah, so can you look at something and go, oh, I can definitely make that vegan?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh.
It's not as scary as people think. It's really not. You just have to understand, like, almost what the item you're using, you can transform it into. It's, it's like, oh, how can you make a cookie vegan? Well, there's 4 different binders I can replace an egg with.
So what are those?
So you can use flaxseed.
Okay.
You can use bananas. Some people
Oh.
have used avocados, applesauce. You can use chia seeds. And it's, grinding it down or mashing it up and just having it be the same, like, weight, almost like, or same measurement as you would an egg. So if the egg is half an ounce, make sure that you have half an ounce going into it.
Oh, see,
Baking's a science.
and this is true.
It is
I
a
get very
science.
nervous. I'm a measurer, whether
Yeah.
I bake or cook, and it drives anyone around me crazy because I'm like, did you measure that? Did you measure that? You only need to do that with baking, Chapreese. You don't need to do it with anything else. But I like that you're saying, because that makes me feel very comforted and that I can do that. I feel like I can cook vegan with ease.
Yeah.
I think more baking, definitely. Everything's
Right.
got to be measured to the T for it to come out perfectly.
Yes.
When you know your cooking recipes, like I make my own spaghetti sauce that has been in my family for years. I mean, of course I love it, but I mean, I love it. Anybody that has it, has my sauce, or I make a lasagna or whatever, it's to die for.
But you can't give it to me because, I don't know, I used a cup and you use a different cup. My grandmother's cup
Yeah.
was, to me, 8 ounces.
Yeah.
No, this was her cup. And I'm going, that's not a cup, Grandma. I can't use that. I tried
Yeah.
to make one of her recipes and totally destroyed it because we didn't have measurements.
Well, I don't measure anything anymore in my sauce. It's all visual with the
Oh,
spices
my
and
gosh.
the seasoning. I don't measure at all.
Season to taste.
Yep.
What does that mean?
To what you like.
And
honey.
I'm learning that more and more. And people would think, oh my gosh, how do you not do that? And you do Pampered Chef. But you know what? Like you said, you're testing things out. You're seeing what works. But I love the fact that you just go by the weight and knowing how to replace it with that. That is really good.
Yeah. And how long have you been doing this?
Vegan cooking, about 3 years.
About 3 years?
Yes.
Wow. This must be like so interesting. And especially where you were working at a retreat or on a farm or whatever. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, the farm was, like I said, it was just, bringing in produce, and it was like a cafe status. So
Okay.
we would have different daily specials, and, we'd have sandwiches, we'd have salads, we'd have breakfast sandwiches, and it would be based off of what we had in house. So it would be whatever the farmers brought in and were in the, in the fridge is what we cooked with.
Mm-hmm.
And it was amazing. And the retreat was the same way. It was a bit different. We were on a farm, so I couldn't just go and ask the farmer to go pick me this many.
Yeah.
But it was very creative, which is the fun part. With the diet, we had a lot of dietary restrictions, and that was part of my job, was to cater to these dietary restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'd be like, okay, well, you can't have, X, Y, and Z. What can I do to make it still taste good? And so it was just playing with flavors and piecing together the puzzle of a dish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I feel like vegan cooking, that's my favorite part. It's just the creating.
Yeah.
What's the biggest misconception about being vegan?
I have a lot of people like, well, where do you get your vitamins? Where do you get your iron or protein? Or it's in everything we eat. I mean, avocados are a huge source of a majority of the vitamins we need, but they're very high in fat, so we can't eat them all the time. But, legumes have the proteins we need. We just have to eat more leafy greens for the iron. It's also knowing about your own diet. Like, I had to study what I can eat and what I can't eat and what I need to eat more of.
Oh, okay.
And I'd like to get on a topic here. A company that I recently was introduced to, Juice Plus.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of them?
I have not.
Okay. Wonderful, amazing products. It's basically food in a capsule. So what they do is they take fruits and vegetables and they dry them out into a powdered form, and they're put into capsules.
Oh.
FDA approved, pediatricians, all kinds of doctors on board that highly recommend this. I had a show, I don't know, a month ago about it, and I just had a thing at my salon, a little event at the salon to talk about, wellness.
Oh, okay.
I don't know a lot of, I'm just getting involved in it. I think this is something that you would actually be interested in because it's right up your alley. I was going to think something else, and I went off track, and it's going to come back to me.
So I guess I'm thinking about kids and trying to incorporate them with eating vegan. What's one of the hardest things about, or the easiest things about it when it comes to children?
Well, I am the proud stepmother of 4 children.
Oh, okay.
And
Wow, she doesn't look like she has 4 stepchildren. Man.
And we try and have them, majority of their diet be plant-based. And it's a struggle because, they're used to certain flavors. And kids, they can be picky, they can't be picky. Each one is a different taste buds. So at home, we kind of try to create an overall dish that everyone will like. And now we don't want to do pasta and sauce. We don't want them to eat too many carbs. So it's kind of, we don't make each one an individual meal, but we'll ask them all, well, what do you want tonight for dinner? And they'll, start shouting out things that they want to eat. And then we kind of just mesh it all together and we make something. But we try and have them eat a lot of vegetables, which is difficult. We try and hide it in their food.
Right. And it's hard, too, because if they're in school, they go to school, they're eating what everybody else is eating, or they go to parties and stuff like that.
Here's your vegan dish to take with you, honey.
It's no.
Well, depending on the kid's age, I thought this was a great idea. Actually, I believe my niece did this. Made some sort of concoction with vegetables and told her sons that it was the Ninja Turtles food. You know what I mean? Like superhero stuff. And they ate that. They thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. They were like,
running around, look at me, look what I can do.
yeah, I'm having superhero food. So you could start them at a young age like that, you know what I mean? Trick
Eat
them
your
into doing
superhero
different
food,
things.
honey.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to mash carrots into our mashed potatoes around October, and she'd call it Halloween potatoes. I can't trick my kids with it.
Oh my
they know
goodness,
there's
Halloween
vegetables.
potatoes.
My stepmother used to do the same thing. It must have been an old French thing or something.
Really?
Yeah, and I never had it until she came into our lives, and I'm like, what are you doing to my mashed potatoes?
Well, the huge thing is spiralizing vegetables.
Yes.
So with the zucchini and being able to spiralize that and then adding some marinara sauce, is that something that you do a lot of or that you find?
Yeah, yep, we do a lot of that at home. Recently we've been trying to eat more of a raw diet, so nothing processed and nothing cooked, because when you cook it over a certain degree, it loses a lot of the enzymes and nutrients. You're still getting them once it's cooked, but not as much. We do a lot of the spiralized, and we'll mix it with just different types of sauces, I guess.
So when you say no cooking, is it you don't even warm up your sauce?
No, you don't even warm it up.
Oh, this is interesting.
We made one that was we use curry, and I have a dehydrator, so we put a thermometer in it and we wait until it hits the degree and we stop it and we pull it.
Huh.
And we've been doing a lot of that lately, and it's.
How long does it take for you to prepare a meal?
Oh, it's so difficult.
Now I'm thinking, wait a minute.
It's with my lifestyle and, being in the busy culinary world, we try our best to eat raw when we can, but sometimes it's, we have to plan out our meals. Each meal has to be planned.
You just made me think of that too. Why aren't I eating raw vegetables? This just dawned on me because I eat a lot of vegetables a day. Okay, a lot. So I just buy the frozen vegetables, and I should be buying the fresh, but whatever. But I could be buying the fresh and just not even heating them up.
Yeah.
And eat them that way. But I will tell you, the Juice Plus, I have those food capsules every day. And that, even if you're vegan or you eat a lot of vegetables or whatever, this is still, they're so amazing for your body, for your skin, for your hair, for your nails, for everything. Because a lot of people are uneducated, as you know, in eating food and getting your nutrients. You buy your vitamins at Walgreens or whatever, you're basically peeing it out. You're
Wow.
not getting the nutrients from vitamins. Your nutrients are from your skins on your vegetables, your fruits.
So I can't eat my
all of
gummies
what
anymore?
You're eating.
My gummy vitamins?
I don't know. I don't take any. I am not taking any vitamins at all, other than eating clean and these Juice Plus food capsules.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Oh, I
Man.
want to try it.
I'm telling you, we'll definitely. I'm going to have an event next month, so hopefully you can make it. But yeah, I mean, we are doing this whole fitness competition and the eating and the science of everything that I've learned. It's just mind blowing to me. Like how we are. Like, can you imagine if everybody's like, oh, I'm not taking vitamins anymore because I should be getting it through my food.
Well, no
And
one
that-
really
that-
gets
what
the
would that
recommended
do to
amount.
the vitamin world?
Oh,
Like,
don't
everybody-
say that out loud.
I know, but seriously.
Oh, absolutely. I
You know,
mean,
You're taking all these pills,
and not really knowing what they're for, what they do, and how
Yeah.
they affect.
And-
Has there?
and
go
they're
ahead.
not going. And like the Juice Plus, like they're capsules. It just goes right to your bloodstream.
Right.
You know, where most vitamins are not.
Like you said, you just.
They say they are, but they're not.
So, what has been a health benefit that you've seen since going vegan?
When I first went vegan a couple years ago, I dropped about 40 pounds in 6 months. And I
Wow.
never really gained it back. You know, there's always fluctuations with weight.
Right.
But I was able to drop it without really trying because I couldn't eat certain foods. You know, I wasn't able to just go and pick at things
I
and
hear.
snack
I
at
can relate
things.
to you, definitely.
And it was just a lifestyle change. And also, like my skin feels better.
Your skin is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Get on these Juice Plus things. Girl, we are going to be beaming. I just started.
Hello.
Trust me, we'll be glowing. So you never have a hard time, like, say you go to an event or holidays or anything, dessert-wise or maybe food-wise, and you're never kind of like, oh, I really miss having that, or, do you know what I mean? Like, 'cause I miss seeing certain things 'cause for my training of what I'm doing for my fitness competition. I love the lifestyle that I have, as well as I'm sure you love it too.
Mm.
But there are some things that, you know, I want to treat myself to.
Sometimes I miss the nostalgia of it. I miss, you know, the Sunday dinners, you know, everyone's sitting around a table with, you know, spaghetti and meatballs, but I don't miss the actual food itself.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, smells and all of that, but
It's the memory.
yeah, it's the
that goes
memory
with
of
it.
everything, you know, just being with your family, you know, the foods you've eaten as a child, but it's really not that difficult, you know, going out to family members' houses for, you know, holidays, you know what you're going to go eat.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you have to bring it with you,
Right.
or just kind of pick and choose what's there, you know.
Right.
It's usually always salads everywhere you go,
Right.
but it's always like, well, I brought a dish. It's vegan.
Yeah.
Here, eat it.
But no, that's cool.
See, for me, I do not like cheese. And everyone was like, what? What do you mean you don't like cheese?
I love
There must be something wrong with you. And I can appreciate a vegan unless they have the vegan cheese, but for the most part, not for the most part, they don't eat cheese. So I never have to worry about cheese being on a vegan dish. So I appreciate it when they bring something to the table because I'm going, at least I know I don't have to worry about there being cheese in there. It's a cheesy world. It's everywhere, everywhere you go.
Well, it's funny because sometimes people say they don't like cheese. I'm like, well, do you like pizza? Yeah, I like pizza, but you don't like cheese.
Okay, so,
Are you
all
one
right.
of those?
Yes, I am. I only like mozzarella. That's the only cheese you will ever see me eat.
Okay.
I do not eat cheddar, and I don't eat Swiss cheese, and don't give me your feta and none of that stuff. No. Because the first thing you'll see me go, oh, God, I can't even take the smell of it. Mozzarella, that's it. So I will say, I'll do that, but that's as far as I go. And people, you don't like, no, I said I only like mozzarella. But what about, no, I said only mozzarella.
Yeah.
But it's really mild, only mozzarella. I don't know how many times I got to keep saying it.
Yeah, that's funny because, yeah, I mean, it's interesting how people have said that to me. You know, I don't like cheese, but, you know.
It's something about the mozzarella. It's very mild.
Like
It's not overwhelming.
Like my youngest daughter, Paige, she said she doesn't like chicken. She'll eat chicken nuggets till no tomorrow, but she doesn't like chicken.
Well, that was when they were little and they would eat, and then the next day you'd have, and they go, oh, I don't like that. We just had that yesterday. What do you mean?
Yeah.
And what I remember reading one day was them saying that kids don't know how to say, I don't want it today.
Mm-hmm.
So they just say, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And they're really just trying to say, no, I just don't want to have that today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once I kind of figured that out,
That's
I said, well,
interesting.
you're going to have it anyway, because this is what I cooked. But at least now I know what you're really saying.
Well, yeah, and back in the day, that's what happened. You know, you're going to eat, you know, now, today's day and age, you're cooking for, especially it must be challenging in your household because you're vegan. You're cooking different things for different people because not everybody's going to be on board as to, you know, what you want to eat for dinner every night.
See, I'm lucky. My husband is also a chef.
Oh.
And yes, and he also is now eating a mainly plant-based diet with me,
Yeah.
which
Oh.
didn't make him do it.
Yeah.
He made his own decision. So it's a bit easier now that we're both on the same page.
Yeah.
We don't keep any animal products in the house, so there's no. We just don't keep them.
Well, you have to have us over for dinner so we can see
Right?
what this is all about, because I'm curious now, and I'd love to have anybody else cook for me any day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, no, I'm going to plan an event at my house, and we're going to have dinner.
There we go. There we go. Make certain I get my invite. Don't forget
Absolutely.
it.
I'll have to check your busy schedule. But yeah, so it's been so much fun, and me getting into the healthier world and learning about different things. It's been like exciting to me. I've never really had strictly vegan, but I bet the meatballs taste yummy.
That's what you'll have to bring. You'll have to bring the meatballs.
Oh, definitely.
Excellent.
So, yeah, I mean, you must have to like, where do you get all your recipes? I mean, I know you went to culinary school, but did you learn a lot through that? I mean, was it just, you didn't take just a vegan course, right? It was just culinary altogether.
Yep. Nope. It wasn't vegan. I just took a culinary course, and I love Pinterest. I live on it.
I don't frequent it often enough.
Oh, neither do I. Okay, good. Then
No,
there's
I
another one
don't.
of another one of me.
Yeah, I can't even keep up with Facebook. But look, we only get a couple seconds left to our show, so
Oh my
see how
gosh.
quickly this goes by. So this was a blast. Thanks for coming on, and we'll definitely have to plan an event and have you come back on our show again.
Yeah, thanks
Oh,
for
it was
having me.
Lovely meeting you. Thank you.
Oh.
All right, that's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.